What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to this very special recording of the WCPW podcast here, presented by the Wrestling Matters podcast. My name is Anthony Walker, recorded through Google Hangouts because I've been very busy all weekend. And hope you guys enjoy what's about to take place. This is the WCPW podcast, WCPW Loaded, which took place which aired rather, September 24th and recorded. The show that was on was aired, I believe it was September 15th. September 15th in Newcastle. And it was WCPW Loaded. It kicked off with BX attacking Rampage backstage. Blum pays for that later on in the show. I'll get to that in a second. Joe Coffey and Prince Ameen. Kid outsmarts Prince Ameen because he runs back in. Ameen tries to walk away from the match like he did last time out, and then they both run back into the ring. But as Ameen goes back into the ring, Kid, puts the brakes on it and basically outsmarts him and mugs him off. Really. Other than that, it was a good match between the two. Very good match. But this whole thing between Ameen, it's all based around Ameen and Kid, and Coffey ended up winning with the discus lariat, which was, a very good win as well. All building in. And it was kind of predictable as well because Coffey's building into a big match at Refuse to Lose, which is October 6th as well. So that should be looking very interesting to find out that. Now, Drew confronts the WCPW champion, but pays for it. WCPW champion meaning Joseph Connors. And challenges him, says he wants that championship. And he says, when you're ready to speak, I hope you find your balls with you as well. And obviously Joseph didn't take too kindly to that and apparently found his balls because he attacked Drew Galloway from behind, whacking him with the WCPW title. And it went on from there, basically. Mr. Connors sending a message to Drew Galloway. Martin Kirby and the bruiserweight, Pete Dunne. Kirby outsmarted him just most of this match, but it was mostly a dominant match. Very good match for what they had anyway. Mostly dominated by Pete Dunne. And this was very interesting because Pete Dunne managed to get a low blow in. Manages to get a low blow in with the referee's distraction. But then Martin Kirby returns the favor and also gets the victory in the prospect. I don't know how he's doing it. I really don't. Because, well, first he came in as a guy, he had a feud with Ligero, more on him in a second. And, it's just unbelievable how he's come from where he is today. And he got his reward for it, after really, really convincing Mr. Pacitti to give him what he wants. I'll get to that in a second. But a great win, great match. And look out for more for Pete Dunne, man, because Pete Dunne is awesome. He is absolutely awesome. Very much so. And, it was a big win for Martin Kirby, even bigger than the Fatal 5-Way he had last week. So big things for Pete Dunne, but Martin Kirby is hanging on by the skin of his teeth and pulling out all the stops, ladies and gents. Primate continues to chase Jack the Jobber through Newcastle. And after the match, Martin Kirby decided to demand to get a title shot by Adam Pacitti and refused to leave the ring, to the point where he ended up handcuffing himself to the bottom rope, much to Adam Pacitti's dismay. But he handcuffed it to the ropes. The security tried to get him off. You'd think the idiots would have used like one of them clippers things to cut between the actual handcuffs, the wire, the metal bit between the handcuffs so they can take him back, but they didn't. Thick bozos. So much to Adam Pacitti and that goofball Dave Bradshaw's dismay. Boy, is he annoying. And I don't know what's worse. I can't wait to Refuse to Lose, because I'll tell you this right now, Refuse to Lose, when it eventually comes out, It'll probably come. It's on iPay-per-view, ladies and gentlemen, but it'll probably pop out on the YouTube channel at some point. They'll air it on the YouTube channel, I hope. You know, what I call it's on. Apparently, it's going to be commentated by Jim Ross and Jim Cornette. Hopefully, Alex Shane and Dave Bradshaw will take notes of what it's like to be a color commentator or commentator from probably hell the best in the business and a guy who knows wrestling as well and who was good at it as well, because these two were a good team. Hopefully they'll teach Mr. Bradshaw and Mr. Shane how to do it properly, because I really don't like these guys, to be honest with you. Look, all the respect in the world for Alex Shane for what he's done, Wrestle Talk Television, and yada, yada, yada. Dave Bradshaw, on the other hand, it's 50-50 with him. He really is. I mean, Martin Kirby seems to get over, and Pacitti and Bradshaw do not like the guy. I don't know who's playing heel or babyface between the two, and it's really, really confusing. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway, Martin Kirby was handcuffed to the ring, and the next match took place anyway, Travis Banks and Ligero, which was a very good match, despite the distraction on the outside with Martin Kirby. It was a very good match for what they had. And Kirby was a problem. Ligero was in control, and basically Kirby did steal the spotlight from the match itself and everything. It was meant to be about the match, but Kirby stole the spotlight, and Banks manages to get a victory by a mistake from Kirby, because I believe Kirby was trying to spit the water in the face of Travis Banks, but he got Ligero instead, which cost him the match. Also, Kirby's little hostile takeover or hostage situation got him what he wanted. It got him what he wanted, ladies and gentlemen, and Adam reluctantly booked for Refuse to Lose Martin Kirby one-on-one with Joseph Connors for the WCPW Championship. Yeah, it's happening. Much to Adam Pacitti's reluctance. Adam also came in the ring and announced that Jay Lethal, due to mandatory contract commitments, Jay Lethal had to pull out of the internet match at Refuse to Lose, which saw him against Ligero for the internet title. Yes, there's an internet championship in WCPW, ladies and gentlemen. Zack Ryder wants his gimmick back. And he came in and replaced Jay Lethal with Alberto El Patron. And Alberto came out and basically shoot on the WCPW, you know, and all the wrestling business and WWE and why he left WWE and yada, yada, yada. That was until BX interfered, which saw Adam Blampier and Damo come out and basically disrespect, despite the fact that Patron was having some fun. They disrespected him, and it ended up getting to the point where Pacitti came out and booked a match, because Damo wanted to be in that match at Refuse to Lose for the internet title. And the only way you can get it was through Alberto. So Alberto El Patron agreed to a match that Mr. Pacitti made. One-on-one, it'll be him and Damo. If Damo wins, he gets Alberto Del Rio's spot in the match. If Alberto wins, Damo's fired, which happened. Big Damo is no longer in WCPW. He was fired from the company after the match, and Alberto still goes to Refuse to Lose to face Ligero, which would be a good match, quite frankly, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing that. Great match between the two, great main event, an unscheduled main event as well, in a way. But a great main event, hard-hitting stuff, the experience of an Alberto El Patron, and an experience in a way, but not on the level of Alberto, from Big Damo as well, because we all remember, ladies and gentlemen, Big Damo is a former ICW champion. So he knows his fair share around the ring. It was hard-hitting stuff. And, yeah, it got to the point with the cross-arm breaker made Damo tap out, because if he hadn't done, I think Del Rio would have ripped his arm off, the Patron rather, would have ripped his arm off. And, yeah, Damo is now no longer in the company, which left Adam Blum here, the sewer rat, as he's known by Adam Pacitti. And, yeah, pretty much because of what happened earlier in the week when BX attacked Rampage and then Blumpier put the exclamation point on it, Adam Blumpier was booked by Adam Pacitti, the general manager, in a match at Refuse to Lose. Because if he hadn't done it, he would have. Adam said, I will let you have your job in WCPW on one condition. You compete in a match at Refuse to Lose, in a street fight against Rampage. Adam Blumpier, if you haven't bought the pay-per-view or you're going to buy the pay-per-view, you're going to be in for a treat, because Mr. Blumpier is going to get his tail kicked. And you know what will probably happen, ladies and gentlemen, since it's no disqualification and whatnot? I think the powerbomb will be legal. The power driver will be legal in the match. So you may see Mr. Blumpier get a power driver. Who knows? All in all, I cannot wait to see Refuse to Lose. Hopefully, it'll be on the YouTube channel. I'm going to contact WCPW or What Culture Pro Wrestling or What Culture Wrestling and everything to find out if it's going to be on YouTube or they're going to air it on YouTube. I can't wait to see it, quite frankly. They've aired everything else on YouTube. This is a big one for them as well because it's on ICW pay-per-view. So hopefully they may air it on YouTube as well. I hope so, to be honest. I really do. I doubt they'll do it on the actual day of the show. They may do it on the Saturdays like they do with Loaded. I doubt they actually do it on the day of the show because they'll probably want to use that opportunity to get the pay-per-view and have people buy the pay-per-view. Because if people are going to buy the pay-per-view and it's already airing on What Culture Wrestling, not many people are going to buy the pay-per-view. They're going to tune in to What Culture Wrestling and get it that way. So we'll see what happens anyway. I'm very much looking forward to it. Another great show from WCPW, guys. And that about wraps it up for this little podcast, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Credit and kudos to WCPW. Look forward to seeing more shows. My name is Anthony Walker for the WCPW Wrestling Matters podcast. Till next time, guys, like, share, and subscribe if you listen to this on YouTube. Download it for free also on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/wrestling_matters_podcast. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.